Guys, there's a whole bunch of stuff that we need to share. It's me, the MetaVerse Explorer, and the team have started dropping some stuff in the foundation room. And I don't know if it's because they want to get a little bit more community engagement, but there is a whole bunch of stuff, right? And I've got pictures, I've got videos we can go through. So this episode is just going to be going through these and appreciating the beauty of Star Atlas. And we do need to do some appreciation every now and then, right? I'm not going to talk about anything else. I'm just going to talk about how nice some of these ships are and go through just what I think when I see some of these ships. So this is just a picture of the showroom with an X6 that's just sitting there. And we can see here that the size difference between the Opal Jet and even the Opal Jet. What I actually do want to show you is the PSX6 interior walkthrough. Now, one of the team members just did post this, so you probably haven't seen it already, but let's have a look through it. There is a little bit of sound. Of course, there's no background sound. I like that. I like that. Also, I remember seeing this ages ago about the chair, the bench coming out. I love it. It's like minimalistic. Now, I think it's actually the same sound over and over again, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. Now, this is super early stuff, right? Most of this is probably going to be changing later on down the line, but it's still nice to see what the team is working on at the moment, or where their eyes are looking at the moment. And it does take them a little bit of effort to try and record this for us, so we're grateful. And just a bit of clipping there coming through the main door there. I think there was also a brig in this. I think that might be the brig right there. And as you can see, someone's probably held captive in there. And then we can see at the bottom here, there is a small Punab. You can see him there. We just missed him. And that's it for this video, guys. So that was a really nice X6 video. I'm really thankful for the team for giving that to us. The next one I wanted to show you is actually a PS11, but not in the UE5 module, actually in Sage. I don't know if you can see that properly. Yeah, I think you guys can. So that's a very, very nice, I think it's a C11, isn't it? Yeah, it's a C11, yeah. Man, I wish I could afford some of these. At first I was confused because a C11, I thought it should have C11 on it, but of course it has, as you can see here, C09 or something like that. And of course, remember, this is in Sage. That's why the graphics looks a bit weird. This is someone who's looking at it on a browser or on the dev portal, recording it using software, uploading it, and then I'm downloading it and playing it on a secondary player while also recording it. So this has gone through multiple layers of quality reduction. So it probably doesn't look nearly as good as it should here. Look at that. All the guns are out this time. You see that? You see all the guns? And maybe, I don't know if they're guns or thrusters. Actually, they seem like thrusters, don't you think? Yeah. Nice. Okay, so that's the C11. What else can we actually see here? The first thing that I wanted to show you guys is a great picture of indoors. Okay, I think this is the dev portal. I'm going to zoom in on the left-hand side here so you can see as well exactly what I'm looking at. Now, this looks like inside of a ship, doesn't it? But this is not. This is like the developer mode where you can see where things are moving. So, of course, this is, I think, what the hangar door is. So it goes down, and that's what I think these are. These little toggles. I think it's to show that this is the movement or the direction in which this animation goes. And I think this one might be similar as well, like this thing moving. Let's go ahead and look at so this is 6 pictures in one. This is the second picture. Another look. I'm going to zoom out so you can see all of it. Yeah. There. You can see all of it there. So I don't know where this moves, but you can see some of these other things do move as well. I'm only assuming that they're moving objects, right? And then we can look at this one as well, which is the table. If I'm not wrong, it looks like the table. And then let's go down to the bottom right. And then it looks like something else coming out here. All of this, there's a lot of stuff happening here. I really can't tell. I don't know if it's like a console or just the table that comes out of the ground. The middle one, let's have a look. This is just the same thing from another angle. And this is a much bigger picture. This is a much bigger one. And you can see here, there's like 3 seats here. There's 2 behind me and 1 on this side, just there. Okay? And I love how this has a sound. They have a sound attached to this table. So whenever you click on this, that sound gets activated. Yeah, I don't know what all of these other things are. This is cool though. It's good to see. It's good to see all of these pictures, right? Like usually we don't get to see this in game development until like something happens, but this is good that we get to see this. The next thing I wanted to show you guys was, now one of the team members did specifically say like there's no point always showing some of these like Sage things because it changes very, very often, right? It really changes very often because they're still in development. You can see here in the, let's briefly kind of analyze this. So this is still the same. You still have a character. You still have experience points. You have LP points, and then your Atlas, 120,000 Atlas, which is nice. Character is level 9 with part of the Oni, and maybe that's his rank. We don't know what the ranks are at the moment. On the bottom left, nothing much has actually changed. You still have your manage your ship, your cargo bay. We know this is a Thimble BIOS EOP. But the picture of it is actually a Thimble Mamba, not an EOP. So I don't know if they've actually matched up these the text to the picture itself. There's a Calico Medtech here, which I assume is actually on the map itself and is not part of view. Okay, I assume it's on the map itself because it's not selected. I assume so. We don't. Otherwise, if we had the fleet view on the right hand side, I would love to. We can see here there is a tier 0 right here. There is a T0 space station, and then we have a T1 space station. Okay, T1 and T0. And then we have a nice, gorgeous red sun, red dwarf. I don't know what the terminology of it is. And the other thing that really caught my attention here was this ship. Where is it? There, that ship. I don't know what that is. It doesn't look like a planet. It looks like a ship. It looks like a long-ass ship, but we haven't seen any outline of this ship yet. Right? What do you guys think that is? What do you guys think that is? I don't know. I've never seen it before. Never seen it before. Cool. So that's it for now. That's that. Let's take a look at some of the other pictures, shall we? This, my friends, is a Thimble airbike modded with some guns. Now, people love modding stuff. The Thimble series is like the Thimble manufacturer is like the build your own stuff. So people come and cobble stuff together. And of course, modding will be a thing in Star Atlas where you can interchange not the components, but the modules you should be able to interchange. And maybe some like stats and gems and upgrades and unlocks and little small stuff, like gamified stuff to make it a bit more interesting. But the major changes you can make to like a Thimble airbike like this is you're able to put guns on it, okay? Usually it doesn't actually come with guns. I'm going to go ahead and open the website and let's look at the description of the Thimble airbike because you can see already that it doesn't have guns. And while we're here, we can also look at the Titan sales. None of the Titans are selling at the moment, okay? None of them are selling. Let's look at the Thimble airbike. Power supply. Small, warp, radar, tractor beam, shield generator, impulse engine, maneuvering thruster, hull reinforcement, and 1 fuel slot. There are no guns. There are no guns at all, okay? You can see here, this is the concept art for it. There's no guns on top, and you can see from this picture that this is a person that has to use their own handgun to try and shoot something. But of course, we come here, and there is 2 giant machine guns fitted to this. Now, they're already working on this because this is an animation of the guns coming out. Cool. Very cool, right? It's weird because it doesn't say it has any guns, but I don't know. I thought they'd make the base models first before they even look at doing the development or the UE5 for modded stuff. But I don't know what their process is, right? What do I know? The next thing I wanted to talk about is the pack light, which looks bloody messy. Looks messy. Looks like a shipping freight out in the ocean somewhere. Or like a small crappy military vessel from a third world country. That's what it looks like. But that's the Thimble line, right? People cobble this stuff together. It's hard to actually see whereabouts we are. We seem to be like on the top of it, and I think this is where all the storage stuff is on either side of here. Just there, that's where all the storage stuff is. And I don't see any guns specifically. There are some searchlights over here, 1 and 2 searchlights. There seems to be some kind of container holding wrench, like you know how it, you go out, grab the container, bring it up, and bring it and put it onto you. You know what I mean. A little engine on that side. Nothing else that really gives things away. What I want to know though is where is this? Where is this hangar? Is it in the showroom? Because in the showroom we don't have this warehouse, and we've seen this warehouse multiple times. So where is this? That's what I want to know. Another picture of the Thimble air bike in the development showroom, in the dev kind of view in UE5, and it looks cool. It looks cool. It looks colored. It looks rustic. It looks like muscular, like muscle car. Lots of engines. Look good. And the quality of it actually also looks very nice. So I'm very happy with this. A lot of people will have fun trying to race their Thimble air bikes. Like, I can just imagine it, just like going through a race course. People on their Thimble, like it could be just a Thimble air bike race and see who can mod their air bike the most. Like, there's so many ways that people will enjoy the racing, right? You know, drag racing with all the speed racing cars, or like, let's go rough terrain racing with a Thimble air bike that just hovers just a bit over the ground, and you have to find the best way through all of the rubble and through like a desolate landscape. There's so many things I think the racing module can bring. And I know that Star Atlas is not just a racing game, but we already have so much variety out there that it'll be super entertaining for people to come in with their modded slash weird ass bike concoctions to come and race. I just think it'd be so awesome if they can, if they nail the racing, man. Even the racing will raise a lot of money for the team. The next thing I wanted to show you guys was a change up in the HUD. Now, this I didn't even realize until like right now. Okay, there's been a lot of changes that we've missed. A lot of changes. Okay, so for the first thing, there seems to be quests. What? There seems to be quests. Look at this. You have some cargo here. Your objective number 2 and objective number 3. This is just the plain text that you get when you're inputting new text into something, especially for developers. It comes up in Latin. I'm not too familiar, but this always comes up, like lorem ipsum solum delay, something like that. That's what this is, right? But they're now starting to put in objectives. So the one objective would be like, go and kill that Calico medtech over here. You see that medtech with half HP and 3/4 of a hull? Go and kill that. And then go and mine this. So objectives are coming in. Look at this. That's awesome. The next thing I wanted to show you guys, is the different modes. This is something new that I've seen. Hover mode. Okay. Previously, we hadn't seen this before. Of course, there's attack mode, probably defense mode, hover mode, race mode. Some of these ships, like I think it was the X5, that can change multiple modes and defense mode. Look at this. This one has a railgun. Two railguns with some ammo, as well as missiles, 13 missiles. The speed for this is 118 meters per second. It's interesting that they're using meters, right? Because Automata is usually an American company, and they don't use meters in America, right? I think I have that right, yeah. So I'm interested, because the rest of the world uses meters usually, like the metric system. Yeah, I don't know. I have nothing else to say on that. I don't know enough to comment, and I don't even know if that's what it is. I assume it's meters per second. And you can see here the shield is 84%, the hull is 72%. It's medium cold, it's not hot at all, and the speed, that's the max speed. So you can see 118 is like medium speed for this ship. You can see there's an enemy that way somewhere. And you can see the arrow is actually pointing towards the enemy, so he needs to go that way and shoot him in the crosshairs. He's targeting a ship that is actually wrong. So this ship is not the Calico Medtech. This ship is the X5, if I have it right. I think it is. Yeah, I'm sure it's the X5. Let's go and have a look. And I got to make sure we also check out the rest of the Titan sails. Extra small. Yeah, it is the PSX5. That's it. That's it. Let's go back there. Yes, a PSX5. So obviously they need to match up things a little bit more there. And the next thing that's changed, guys, is this. Remember I kept saying this? I kept saying this thing? So this is a change up. They've even changed the UI of this. Remember, I thought you could allocate, out of 100, you could allocate 8% to shields, 27% to missiles, and 65%. 65% to this triangle, right? So, you know, speed, defense, and DPS. The triangle. I keep talking about the triangle, right? Yeah, so you can see that that's already starting to change. So the team are making progress on this. And lastly, we have the little map HUD in the middle of the ship, where you can see you have 3 enemies on the left-hand side, and you have 2 kind of neutral parties on the right-hand side here. So this is all normal. This is all normal game design. This is all expected. I'm not super surprised by most of this, being honest, because this is where it has to go, right? Because I'm sure the team knows this is where it had to go. This was a second picture where they have actually changed. If you will look at the bottom right, so that's 8 and 27. This one, they have actually changed the attack. So they've changed this to an 8, and this is a 47. So that you can change it now. This flight is now 51 as well. And I can see from the location that the location hasn't changed, and I don't think anything else has. I don't think anything else has. Yeah. So it's looking good so far, guys. It's looking good. Looking good. Looking good. We've already seen this one. Looks nice as always. I ain't gonna complain. And lastly, let's look at the Titan sales. Have the Titans sold? No. Will they sell? Maybe. I think the Titans, if anyone, if at all, is going to buy a Titan, it'll be in the first week, because it makes no sense to wait for them to wait and buy in the second week if they wanted to buy one. And I think it'll be, if it wasn't in the first few hours, because that's when people would want to snap it up really quickly. I don't think that's what they would want to do. They would want to wait. People with $1 million are patient. That's how they get to $1 million. So, or even more, right? They're waiting on the sidelines for the last couple of hours for them to snap up some of these last ships. Now, I remember the Super Phoenix was huge in comparison. I'm waiting to see what actually happens with these, because people didn't agree with me that it was do or die. I don't think it's... when I said do or die, I didn't mean it's like 1 or 0. No, I meant more like, you know, it is a turning point for Star Atlas right now. If none of these Titan sales do sell, then why would anyone else buy any more ships? Because this is the team's way to get more funding. It's a big funding, like material funding, okay? If the team doesn't get this funding, then it's very likely that they won't get much more funding, right? Apart from selling, like, there's probably different methods of doing it, but this was their immediate first round method. So it's probably the best, like, best chance in their mind, right? This is what I think. So if they don't get the best chance in their mind, then everything else becomes even more drastic and even more desperate, right? And I'm not calling the team desperate. They still have 6 months of roadmap, 6 months of runway. It is possible to still deliver, but the team is like, they have to get on it now. They have to. This is kind of do or die. That's what I'm saying, right? Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. Let me know what you think about these. They're slowly making it better. You can see the Thimble air bike and little animations here and there. So they are making progress. Very happy to see this. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you, I think, with one more video. I'm going to leave you with the Thimble lobby. This is a 45-minute video of someone getting in the Thimble lobby. No, I lied. They're not getting in. Ha! I did want it to stop here and look at all of these other things that are actually being created. I don't know what they are. I think they're probably texturing. So what I think this is, let me go here so I can see myself talk. I think what they do is they want to test all the different textures of material. And so they'll have a ball there and layer all these textures on top of it and put it as drapes like this. So that'd be like, oh, this is what it looks like when it's like flowy or where there's air running past it. I think that's what this purpose is. And also to see the colors and everything else. Now, of course, there's a medtech in the top left-hand corner there, but I'm actually a little bit confused by this because we know the Lobi, the Lobi only has like one look to it. There's two different cars here, right? With two different sizes. So which one's the Lobi and which one is not the Lobi? Fabrics. You can see here, it says fabrics. I'm not a fan of the color, being honest. Not just the color, the texturing on the color. The gloss is much better on the right one than the left one, than the big one here. So it's just a skeleton. And they look at some fabrics here. Yeah, so that's it, guys. I'm going to leave it there. 20 minutes of stuff from the Foundation room, which I am allowed to share. Thank you very much, guys. I will see you very soon. Ciao for now.